Bwana asifiwe. Tusalimiane hewani. Don't worry, I'm just trying to remove the stress. So, first of all, I really want to thank God for this opportunity and today, and our canon, Joshua, and Sylvia and your team. I think you've done an excellent job. Thank you very, very much. And for everyone who's found time to come here, really, thank you. It's very hard to speak after Dr. Ekra. But as she was talking, I think what I really appreciated was she was actually giving the solutions to the opportunities and challenges, or rather challenges that we're going to discuss about. My name is Daniel Muero. I'm here with my wife and my business partner, Naomi. They say behind every successful woman, there's a... So we are changing the narrative here in church because we believe in God and we believe in supporting our spouses. So when we're given this topic, agribusiness and opportunities and challenges, or challenges and its opportunities, we felt like it's a very good opportunity to discuss our story. And because LAMU is women-led, ours is just to support. We felt like I'll just introduce her, and then she will carry the day. So I will just say LAMU was started about 5 years back, and she will tell us everything about LAMU and the challenges and the opportunities with respect to how we have grown over that period of time. And probably maybe she's not going to say this, but kindly allow me, because our story is we believe that our story is to inspire others and also to help others know that it's possible. I'm very proud of her because her background is actually health research. She's just finished her PhD in health informatics, but now she's in nuts. She's getting nuts by selling nuts. Welcome.
Thank you, Daniel, for the introduction. Good morning, everyone. Bwana asifiwe. Good morning again. Good morning. Yeah, that's better. As I said, my name is Naomi. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Africa LAMU. But the brand we go by and what you'll see outside of the tent is Premium LAMU. So I'll just go directly to what I want to talk about. What is agribusiness? Agribusiness is anything or all economic activities that are connected to farm products. So anything to begin with farm production, planting, harvesting, all those things, and then processing. We also have transportation and distribution there until it gets to the final consumer. So that's everything about agribusiness. So some of you might be working in a sector and you don't think you're participating in agribusiness, but everything along that chain is part of agribusiness. And why is it important? So anything to do with food, leo tumekula, jana tumekula, anything to do with food is very important. I mean, human beings have to eat. So that's the first important key point about agribusiness. And according to FAO, over 70% of the world's population, or rather of the world's food needs, are met by small farmers. And agriculture as a sector employs the most people in the world. You can imagine the whole chain, how many number of people who can be employed in that area. So therefore, it's an important area to think about, to consider, if we are to work towards food security. And we know that food security is an important thing. We always have issues of drought and people going hungry. So this is a very important area. And I think agribusiness is also in line with the conference theme, which is transforming lives through entrepreneurship. Transforming lives through entrepreneurship. And I think we've had a lot of this throughout yesterday and today. Our core business as LAMU Nuts is to support our in our core business as LAMU Nuts is to support our clients in providing healthy nuts so that you can live a healthy lifestyle. But also, in addition to that, we have an opportunity to impact people's lives. The nuts are an easy thing to incorporate into your diet for breakfast, for snacks, even throughout your day. You can add them to your salads. It's very versatile. So that's the thing that we do. As Daniel mentioned, I'm married. We work with him in the business. And we also have many supporting people who come alongside us. And we have children, 2 children. So managing a business, taking care of the children, taking care of the family. And also, I started this as I was working at my former employer. So it's a whole range of things. So I'll talk about the challenges and opportunities in agribusiness, like Daniel mentioned, with respect to the way we have grown. The way we started, I used to go with peanuts to the office for tea. Wale wanapewa chai ya saa 4. So I would go with mine, and my colleagues would always pick from my stash. So we ate together. And then one day they started asking me, can you bring for us as you bring yours, wherever you're getting from, your nuts are very nice. Please bring for us. And I told them, me, I'm not selling. Dr. Ekra said entrepreneurs, they wake up and they have motivation and they are looking forward to do things. I was nothing like that, absolutely. I told them I'm not selling nuts. I am not selling, and I'm not selling, and I am not selling. So eat mine. They ate, and then they insisted, please bring for us when you bring yours. We used to get these nuts from LAMU, Peketoni, which is why the name, where the name came from. And my mother is the one who used to get them for us because she worked in Kari at the time for a very long time, and she had connections to people there. And this guy also had connections to farmers. So next time she was getting, I told her, okay, fine, my friends are asking, just bring me extra. So she brought me 60 kilograms, which I roasted, and then I sold to my desk mates. They ate. And I told them, just eat those ones, I'm not bringing again. They ate and finished, and then they said, bring for us some more. I'm just emphasizing this point because some of us may be sitting there and thinking, I don't have a business idea. And I'm not an entrepreneur at heart. I'm not like those people. I thought that at some point. And somehow God has changed me and changed my heart and changed my thoughts so that now I can see things in a different way. So they insisted I bring some more. And then one of these colleagues moved to another organization. She carried her nuts with her. And then they started asking, where do you get those nuts? Bring for us. So she came back to me, my friend. My friends are asking for nuts. Please bring some more. So I was like, okay, maybe there's something here. At the same time, I'm still working my full-time job. So I got the next consignment, and then I started making. And for me, I realized people would ask me, how do you make nuts? How do you roast them? And I was like, you just cook them. Kwani was a big deal. I mean, just roast, wash, salt, roast them. Mine don't come out like that. I'm like, just do it. And I would explain to them clearly. I asked them, did you do it? Like, no, just make for me and bring for me. The point of this is that sometimes you have something that you do very well, and others, it doesn't come easy for others. And that is the exact thing that you need to be doing. That there is your business idea. And you meet somebody else's need. So for me, roasting 1 kg at a go, 2 kgs at a go, using my oven was not a big deal. I just did it, and I just found it simple. But for them, even with trying to explain, they said, no, just do it and bring for me. So those ideas and those things that you think you can do, think of those as your business ideas. So I'm roasting, I'm selling, and I'm using the brown mafuko bags to pack the nuts. So one time I gave someone 2 kgs of nuts, And a few days later, they gave feedback through my friend that your friend sold me stale products. I was like, stale? I just roasted and gave them delivered. Zimetoka tu kwa oven. They didn't even stay in my house. I gave them. So what happened, nuts, you have to keep them in an airtight bag. Otherwise, they'll become soft and stale. But I didn't think to tell the person, because you're buying many, you need to transfer them to an airtight place. So yeah, aliweka, akaendelea kukula a few days later, and they were not tasting fresh. So I came back. I looked at the 200 kgs of peanuts in the house. I was like, what am I going to do with these nuts? I can't go to the big manufacturers and tell them, bring me packaging, because there are challenges around packaging for small businesses. They require large minimum order quantities for them to be able to supply with bags. And of course, at that time, I was not thinking about that. I just needed a simple solution to take care of this. So Madam Ekra, she encouraged us to pray about our businesses. And for me, this one was just a daily prayer. You know the way Paul says, pray without ceasing. God, where am I going to get packaging? God, where am I going to get packaging? Where's the packaging that I need? I look at the nuts. What am I going to do with all these nuts? So one day, my husband asks for a product from my cousin. And the guy comes with the bags. And I look at that bag, I'm like, that is exactly what I need. And what I tell people is that my solution to the bags walked into my house, because I didn't go looking for it. I just kept asking myself and asking God, where do I get it? Where do I get it? So the bags came to my house. I found these nice bags, resealable, perfect. So we switched to that solution. The other thing here is also to listen to your clients and listen to what they are saying. The feedback was not very great at that time. I mean, someone telling you sold me stale products is not fun. But listen to your clients and choose to see the opportunity there and improve. So yeah, we found that alternative packaging, and then working with our partners and my branding partner, we were able to come up with a nice packaging. It's not what we have right now. We still had to change again because you keep improving. Yeah, and the lesson here for me also was about branding and packaging, which is something that has also been mentioned. Sometimes we want to take it easy and think, I'll just do something small and sibora wamepata product. But please don't scheme on that. Please model excellence in your business. Whatever solution you're providing, whether it is a product that someone can hold or not, package it properly. It's like you dressing up. We've just talked about the nice shoes here. Can you imagine if she didn't have very pretty shoes? We wouldn't have seen her in that light. So the same thing, you brand and you package whatever it is you're selling, whether it is a service or a good that you're selling. Brand it well. Those things, they speak for you wherever you go. They speak for you. In fact, many times you see someone say, hey, this packaging. And you're like, you have not even eaten the nuts. This packaging. So do that. But it comes with its challenges. Like I said, the minimum order quantities for small businesses are very high for many people. We got privileged to get some money to do now the current packaging that we have, and the provider was also giving an offer, so we were able to take it up. But for those who are in packaging businesses, there's an opportunity for you to serve small businesses. So we've packaged, rebranded, and now we are selling in many places. But the other thing is certification that we needed to think about. This is food. You also have to think about how to prepare it properly. And for us, we've been operating from home for the very longest time. But we were putting every measure in place to make sure everything is okay. But when it came to certification, we were told, now you have to move. You have to be in a place where it's accessible. Someone mentioned something about in China, you can do your business in your backyard and you're still okay. I wish it was the same here. Unfortunately, that was the case. So which means if you move out, you have to get bigger spaces. But also, it's an opportunity to keep growing, because now you're outside, now you're certified, now you can go into better markets. At this point, when I started, I used to roast the nuts myself. You work your job during the day. In the evening, when the kids have gone to bed, unawasha oven, unapika njugu. Kesho unafanya deliveries and go back to work. Over time, because we have been growing, I was privileged, or rather we were privileged to employ someone to do the roasting. And now we have 2 staff who do the roasting for us. We have riders, we have people who are coming alongside, and we are impacting them in that way. So for us, we are not just selling nuts. And even for all businesses, even as you're doing them, you're not just selling, you're also impacting people's lives. And the other impact we had is impacting a community in Kitui, a place called Kituvi. It's very, very far. Uko interior. There was no road. In fact, you come back with your car, it's crashed on the sides because you passed through the bushes. A friend of ours had moved there, actually a member of this church, and had settled in that community for a while. So when I was talking with her, she's like, these people in this community need help. They need help. The women are very hardworking, but they have no money. The men, unfortunately, many of them are drunkards. So any small amount of money they get, any small amount of money the woman brings home gets given to the man, and they drink it. So my friend now had a very big burden for that community, and she's saying, how can I help these people? So in my head, I was like Daniel mentioned, I was doing my PhD at that time. I was on a student contract. That amount you're given for a student contract is limited. So I was like, how can I help? And a thought came to mind, the only other avenue I have to help is the business. So if the business grows, it means I can support this lady, and I can support her as she supports that community. For me, that was a big challenge because I hadn't done something like this before. So we partnered with her. We were collecting books, and I was also donating some money to keep some girls in school, and then start a library. So your business, even whatever it is you're doing, you can find ways to impact community in different ways. And we still continue to try and find ways to support different people. So now we've moved. We found a good location at Adams Arcade. We found a shop and a place where we cook. Because some people, they're saying, you're selling a product online, but we want to see your shop. Some just want to see the shop, so they know you're legit. And then they'll continue buying online, but they want to see a location. So we ended up moving like that. And again, it's an opportunity to employ another person. So, and these things comes at an additional cost. I'm sure we've heard a lot about funding. So maybe I won't repeat too much about that. But the thing that we found is that there was someone sent me a funding call for people in food security. So we found a call by GIZ. They were having a call on food security. Anybody working in the food industry, you put some money of your own, and then they match that 2.5%, and you get that money to do something in your business, like a small project. So it's an opportunity for us to do something. So I took that money and I'm going to fix up the shop. The shop now is an empty space, but it's a shop. So that money will go into that, and also digitizing our processes to make sure it's functioning well. The point about this is that there are many funding opportunities that are available. You just have to look and talk to people. Today and yesterday I also met some people who are talking about affordable credit, which are opportunities we are going to explore. A few challenges along the way, because we're dealing with food and something that is being produced in the farms. There are issues of climate change that have come up. Sometimes you've bought nuts. The third time you go and buy, the farmers tell you, we didn't have a harvest. What do you mean you didn't have a harvest? There was drought. And they're not having access to irrigation. So that means we are stuck. And for me, someone was telling me, so you just take other nuts from another place and sell them. But that's the nut I want to sell, that particular one. It was coming from LAMU. At that time, I didn't know where else I could get it from. So we had those challenges. So twice we had to pause the peanut operation, at least for the peanuts. Mtu anakupigia simu, uko na njugu? Hakuna. My friend tells me, stop selling us hakuna. There's nothing like hakuna, but it's a big challenge for people in agribusiness, climate change. But also, I think there's an opportunity there for people who'd like to support people in agribusiness to help farmers improve their practices. And also in that same space, there are opportunities to find grants and find people who train farmers so that they can produce for you. So we are also exploring that. And then past that, we have challenges of markets. The farmer wants their money immediately. You go to the retailer will pay you a month later. So you can see the disconnect there. You want to be able to have money available to run your business, but also provide a market for that farmer who's there with you. So that's a challenge, but we've also found that there are many, many opportunities, especially for export. So now what we are looking towards is exporting our product and getting it into other places and other countries so that they can also support our farmers, they can support our staff, and we can grow together. I think I'll stop there, yeah? But I can keep talking. But I'd like to say I'm really, really grateful for many things that have happened along this journey. Like I said, I've been in research for the last, I think, over 14 years. In my mind, I thought I'd be employed for the rest of my life. I never had the drive or something to tell me, you start a business, no. But I've realized over time that God creates us with skills and abilities that we can use to meet somebody else's need. That's the first thing you want to do. You don't want to do a business in whichever sector just because you want to make money. It will frustrate you. So meeting those needs of my colleagues and then these other people who have come alongside has helped us to keep focused. And for me, it has also been a faith journey. Because people say, you must have a vision, you must have a goal, you must be driven. And I was asking God, I'm not sure I have a vision for this, so could you give me a vision? And God has been giving us a vision, step by step. Someone was asking in the morning, you can come. Someone was asking in the morning, does God care about our business? He does. He does. After all, my packaging solution walked into my house without me going to look for it. And many, many other examples that he has been faithful to come through for us. And we don't take that for granted. And I'm happy to share more for whoever wants to hear some more. Niliambia watu wakitoka hapa wanafuatwa. This is the Reverend. There are people who will be following me. Anyway, we are around. My husband is also around, and our partners are also here in this place. And we have a tent outside. Asanteni sana for the opportunity, and God bless you.